Okay, so yesterday, oh, not here. We saw what Spring Cloud is, right? Spring uses
Yes.
client-side discovery and the framework or API or a technology we are going to use, that is Eureka. To and why we are using to use client-side discovery. And this
Yes.
thing, this Eureka, was developed by Netflix earlier, and later
Yes.
Spring developers they did what they provide wrapper over these libraries. So Spring is, as you know, that's why Spring is known as framework of frameworks. That you can embed multiple frameworks inside the same Spring, and Spring Boot is one of the enhanced version of Spring.
Yes.
Whatever things you come in your mind that okay, I have to embed something in Spring Boot, so you can. There's a high chance, there's a 1% chance that you won't find its library in Spring Boot if it is latest technology. Okay, they have provided lots of wrappers, so that's why Spring Boot is still it's popular because of its functionality. And okay, so that was this. So okay, I have created one image yesterday. Can I take it from again here? Uh, that's more connected. Let me create some simple diagram. First box, that's big box, and these are some small boxes. And you know what I'm going to create, right? We saw this yesterday as well. So this is going to be client. This is going to be discovery server. This is service one. Copy it. Service two. And let's say we have service three as well. Tomorrow we'll create one more service. Kind of a practice for us.
Well, I'm
Okay.
coming in 1 second. 1 second.
Okay.
Yes, we can continue. Yeah, we can continue.
Okay. Actually, in morning I was supposed to take one more class, but the guy didn't
Yeah.
showed up. So he told me that he is out somewhere. That's why I gave you a
Oh,
11:30 time.
okay. I thought your holiday, so you are sleeping. So I said
Yeah, usually I do that on Saturday, Sunday.
today is national holiday, no? So I
Yeah,
thought,
but I was expecting some classes in morning. So you can say I was early.
okay.
Yeah. Uh, okay, so this is client, this is Discovery server we talked about, and you can see this left side is also client, right side is also client. In between, what we have Eureka server. Okay,
Yes.
so that's a server here, and that's how they interact. Client send request here. These are services, and they will also send request to where Eureka server, and this server decides where to send what. Okay,
Yes.
and with minimal configuration. I said minimal, and
Okay.
you can actually handle lots of things without doing much. The server is designed that way. Okay, so this is something we're going to implement. Let me fetch some space here. If I have to put some note here. So first, start the Eureka server. Okay, Eureka
Yes.
server. Then have microservice register using Eureka client. When I say register, it means publish. Okay, these are some microservice terms. Publishing your service or endpoint. This is have. If it is not making sense, don't worry about it. Okay, when I'll show you practically the code, you will get to know. Microservice locate using Eureka client. This is not actually, these are steps. And when we say locate, it means consume. This is not client, this is server. We have microservices, service 1, 2, 3, they are Eureka client. So they will do what? They will publish themselves. Okay, and then we have Eureka server that will consume them. Eureka. Okay, so client, all clients publishing themselves, so server can consume. That's how it works in traditional web service as well. Okay, so so far what we did, let's see next print. We had created two services. First is student service, next was fee service. Okay, we have created two services here. What it has, so I have to open the code. Oh, that's a fee. It has student. That's why I don't like IntelliJ. Can you see? When I just copy everything, it looks so small and another font is used.
ये microservices Eclipse में नहीं हो सकता था क्या?
हो सकता ना, बिल्कुल हो सकता. So I thought, but I thought कि थोड़ा सा idea दे जाए how IntelliJ works.
हाँ
Okay,
हाँ obviously.
you should always learn new IDs and IntelliJ is really good. मैं जो official में जो project है, I'm working on IntelliJ only. They asked me to work on Eclipse. I said no, I'll work on IntelliJ. Why? So I'll get more familiar with that. And you should also, that should your approach always. Once you are
Okay.
comfortable with any technology, just leave it. You are already comfortable. Go beyond that.
You are
Otherwise, you
also
will.
learning. You also learn everything, every day new.
Yeah, just by teaching.
Okay.
The only way learning something in any technology, even in a life, just teach someone. Can you believe I teach some of the school students for like 2-3 months. I didn't charge anything from them.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have teaching or you have set out.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Means you are teaching currently or you have taught in.
No, I'm
Means,
teaching. I'm even teaching some of the
oh,
offshore students as well. They are in USA.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, why it's not getting black? This is fees. But that I did on weekend only, Saturday, Sunday. That I can teach you. I mean, those are from fresher, complete fresher. They were in last year. So I told them no issue. I can teach you guys, no issue. Even I will learn something new, definitely. Because and the condition is you should ask questions. If you're just watching like a movie, it won't help you out. So learn something,
Yeah.
write some questions, get exceptions, come to me. I'll see what's the issue. Maybe that's something that exception might be new.
Yeah.
So that I did like 2 years ago. Okay.
This is a good way.
Yep, always. And they will also be
Enjoy.
thankful for you.
Yeah, and this is enjoyment also, and
Uh,
good.
and you can only do this when you are actually enjoying the class.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a time restriction. That's why otherwise it will be more, I'll give you more time, but I have limited time.
Yes.
And you know what? Even after completing your class, after 2 hours, I have to work on a project, the company project. That's
Yeah.
you can say what do you call disadvantage of having work from home. If because they gave me a laptop and I have a laptop, that means I can work from anywhere at any time. And as a senior person, I cannot say or deny that I am not available or something. I'll say okay, I'll spend like 2 3 hours their project. That's how it goes in their project. As you grow, as you get senior, so you have to take lots of responsibility. And you have to understand, yeah, that's your task. You have to complete it within time. Or if it is even if something goes wrong in your weekend, so yeah, you have to show up.
Oh, weekend also is work
Yeah,
from shop.
remember I told you that on last Sunday I
Yeah.
was working.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened. That's why I was not available. And on Monday I was the meeting was supposed to finish within 30 minutes, but it goes 2 hours.
Good.
Yeah, that's a back back backdrop of work from home. If I was in office, so I'll just okay, this weekend I'm not going.
So is it like we have to available ourselves every time?
Yeah, if yeah, that's why I don't like work from home this way. It's not for juniors. They can enjoy. If you are like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years, they are good. But if you are more than five, you are TL there,
Mm.
you have to attend every single meeting. So basically, I'm writing some steps. So far, we got two services, student service and free service, right? Now we are going to create discovery service or basically a server. Remember, I told you whatever service plus one in first class, I guess.
Yes.
Plus one goes action. So that plus one is for server. That will manage all the services you have created for your project. That will take care of all the requests. Okay, at Eureka what? Eureka. Mm, let's and you know what? Because I have to teach you, so I have to prepare some, dummy project for you. So I was having a hard time. I spent like 4 or 5 hours just for one library. There was a big library issue, and I resolved that with. It took 4 hours to understand what actually goes wrong. So this also happened. So because I'm teaching, I'll definitely tell you what goes wrong. But
Yeah.
if you are learning something by yourself, and if you do any slight change like 4.3 to 4.1, and your project
Yeah.
will mess up, and you will get to know because exception never tells you that you have a library issue. It comes with experience.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So I'll let you know
Yeah.
what happens, what goes wrong at that time. For now, let's do some enable Eureka server. So this is the introduction you have to use. Okay, where in main method. Okay, because it's
Yes.
going to be Spring Boot project. So we have a main method. So at the top of that main method, we have to use this annotation. Here we use Spring Boot application. You're not getting this one I'm talking about here.
Yeah, best package.
Yeah, we always, whatever surveys, whatever feature you want to enable in your current project, we always write beans here. We always use annotation at top of the class. So once the annotation is used at top of your this main method class, so that is like available throughout your application.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
Remember Swagger, when we enabled Swagger, it was at the top.
yeah, it was.
Yeah. So likewise, if you add multiple features properties, it always goes there, and that is available for all project, all code of your project. So this is done, and then what? Next step, the big step is configure properties file. Just take a step as okay. Don't mess it up. Because I said it will take hardly 4 to 5 classes for microservice. What I'm going to teach you. So first key is server dot port. Right, we have to define a port. So that is going to be 8761. So this is a default port.
For Eureka server.
Got it right.
Because for
So
yeah,
Eureka. So
because for Tomcat it is 8080.
yeah, right. So every server they create in Java, doesn't matter where, they always create a unique, they always pick a unique server port. Then you have to use some features or keys. Eureka dot, and I'll check, maybe that client is capital small, but I guess it should be small. It's a key. Client dot register dash with dash Eureka and make it false. Read out and tell me what you're understanding with this key.
Eureka and publish with Eureka means in the diagram we have two client Eureka no. So
Right.
Eureka client publish with Eureka. If false, if Eureka.
This
Oh,
is a, see, this is discovery server. So are we going
this
to, register with any other server?
um
This is,
no
a server itself. Where you will register it. Registration or publishing is for client. See, second point, have microservice register or publish using Eureka client. We are talking about discovery server.
yes.
This is a server. It doesn't need to register itself somewhere. That's why we said don't register this application to discovery server. This is itself a server. Okay. Uh,
Yes.
okay. There's a typo. I have to fix it. It doesn't look good here. Eureka, not over. It's over. So at so so I hope all these 4 properties are clear to you.
Yes.
I mean, at least read.
Yes.
I'm not saying that you understood how to configure it. I'll do
Yeah.
that. But what they're doing, we are using these properties to not register this application to your discovery server itself or the Eureka server. And reverse, whatever goes reverse of it, we will do that in clients, that we want to register those services to the discovery server. Okay. So in server, we have to false them. In client, we have to mark true. Okay. If it is not okay, that's fine. We will definitely go to its document. Okay, what it says. And one note. No need of any code in discovery server. Okay, no need of it.
Discovery.
That means your project will remain empty. That's cool, right? You don't have to write any logic. As I said, it will be more configuration based thing we are going to do today.
Okay.
Okay, and library downloading, management, and all that thing will happen. So yeah, we won't write a single code here except all these animations and properties file configuration. So you know what you have to do? We have to go here, start.spring.io, and Maven project, everything remains same. Just a second, what version I've used here? No, not POM file. 2.6.3. Okay, fine. Hmm. Okay, we'll see if something goes wrong. So I'll change the version because uh, okay, I'll tell you why I'm saying this. But for now, 2.6.3 com.example. So it goes like what we gave as a firmware, school management, school mgmt. Okay, so com.sch school mgmt. Then it goes our project name. So we call it school discovery server. School management discovery server. Okay, that's my project name. And from here, as I said in this image, creating is done, then add Eureka server dependency, right? So click here, Eureka. See, we got two options, client and server, right?
Yes.
And check out its name, Spring Cloud
Let's
Netflix.
play.
Huh?
Yes.
So selected this, that I want this project as a Eureka, sorry, discovery server or Eureka server. So I need only this library and generate. So project is there. I'll just cut it from here. Go to our project structure, microservices, the Java session here. Okay, download it, paste it in my workspace. See, try to do it in your practice. Whenever you do something, create your own workspace, logical workspace. See, initially I created workspace for Eclipse, and then I created one more workspace for IntelliJ. So you can help you out to figure out where your code is. And cut. Okay, so that's my project. I have to import this project in IntelliJ. So file, open.
Open.
Just a second. Let me undo this. Okay, let's open it. No worries. Open. School manager as a project. Okay. Trust your project and new window. You can see at the bottom it's resolving. It's basically downloading that Eureka server. That's something new for Spring project. Just trying to download all the required libraries. And it's there, and you can see project is ready. School management discovery server. Still doing something. Okay, done. And we have resource and main. Look at it. Normal project import, nothing special about it. We are going to make it special. Uh, so add Eureka dependency, it's done. Then use enable Eureka server in main. So just go over there and write at enable Eureka server. Okay, third step is also done. Next step, configure properties with these configuration. So first of all, we have to say server dot port equals 8761, then Eureka dot client dot register with Eureka server. So we say no, don't register with that. Make it false. Next, Eureka dot client dot fetch registry equals to false. And we are done with the configuration of Eureka server. Okay, we
Yes.
are done. Okay, let's see how can we run this. Oh, if we run, what happens? Then I'll put some more code from here on in here. So run this. Okay, application starting. Okay, it's done, and you can see. See,
Yes.
so Tomcat started. Parallelly, one more server started. That is Eureka server.
Tomcat started on port 8761.
Yeah. So we are running both server in the same port because it's
Okay.
embedded server. It can work. Okay. This is for what we call Tomcat. This is not for Eureka server. I just told you there. That's a default port for Eureka server as well. Okay, because we lots of Eureka saying this is Tomcat configuration. Don't mix up. Tomcat server config. Okay, so we just configure Tomcat here only, and now time to let me just put all these things together. So what we did, we have a project, nothing special. Then we added this annotation. I'll just copy as it is. This is, and that's the first thing. Then in configuration, because server is up, so that means all good for now. Just copied it, and it goes application dot produce. Okay, and if everything goes fine, we will see something like in our console. I'll put some console output as well here. So this message, and just is fine. Initializing Eureka. Okay. Okay. And okay, see this message. This is funny here. It says registering application unknown with Eureka with status up. Can you see? So far, we haven't registered anything or published anything for the server. So that's why it says unknown.
Oh.
Okay. Because still as
Mm.
server is up, so it's looking for its services, whether they are up or not. It says unknown with Eureka. And then finally, I'll put these three methods and this one as well. We are done with this. So what you have to notice in this whole screen, Tomcat initialize on this, then discovery client initialize at timestamp this with count 0 because we don't have any multiple instance. What is instances? Do you understand this term?
Yeah, like there we have opened two instances of IntelliJ.
Yeah, right. So we can have multiple instances of a same server or application. So by default, Eureka also checks that how many instances are running for the current server. So it's route now 0.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, and as we don't have any server or sorry publishing service, so that's why it says unknown. And finally, we have enabled or started Eureka server. All good, right? No question.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So we just started our server. Let's just leave it as it is. Now we are going back to student service. So again, this first image I just created. Remember yesterday we were using local or something, HTTP
Yeah, we have
localhost,
made,
you know?
but it was not good approach. In
Right,
code we have made use of localhost.
right. Localhost. And how we were discovering that this server, that server, because of those ports,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Because of this port, we can distinguish. Okay, so 701 is for student service,
Then
7002 for fee.
for fee.
This port was registered with student service. Just cross checking. Where is file? Okay, right. Fine. So that's how it was done. But again, this is not our approach as we discussed. So what we're going to do, we will give them a unique name. Okay. We
Yes.
are going to give a unique name to our existing services.
Okay, this is localhost and port number. This is full-fledged name, right?
Right. We are going to replace that localhost and port number. We don't need that name.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that's really possible. And I'll put something what was there earlier. Now what? Student service. Actually, we can use this code. Okay. And this thing we have to change. So we have to change this by using, we have a property spring dot application dot name. So here I'll call it fee service. Okay, Ritu?
Yes.
We will use this feature, and by using this, so this thing gets changed to, what is it? Better?
Fee service. Yes, it is
Now
good.
doesn't matter whether it's a local host, dev server, QA server, or prod. The name remains same for the service.
Yes.
Right? And yeah, that's it. See, as I said, it's
Okay.
really easy. Maybe the thing you have to do, it's big. It sounds okay, yeah. I don't know, we have to do lots of configuration, but that's not like that. When it comes to configuration in Spring Boot. If you're using some different technology, it will be really tough to do this whole stuff. Even if you were using plain Spring, okay, not Spring Boot, you have to
Okay.
configure at least 3 to 4 classes to achieve the same.
Okay.
But as we have a application.properties file, just use this key and it's done. Making sense? Same
Yes. Yes.
thing,
It is.
same thing we will do for student as well. Okay, so let's do those changes and I'll put it here. Student, student source, yeah. So there it is. It's properties file. So first line would be Spring application dot name equals. This is going to be student service. Student service. As of now, we are not going to write this name anywhere, right? It's for future purpose. In case if some more service gets created and they want student service, so they can use it in their, with the rest update. Next, service are configured. What else? Yeah, we have to overwrite Eureka client. So Eureka dot client dot fetch dot registry dot it's fetch dash registry. Make it true because this is going to be a client. So we want to register it on server. Eureka so eureka.client.fetch slash okay, that's right. Then likewise we did in server reverse of it because this is a client. I want to register with Eureka. So Eureka client fetch registry, Eureka client register with Eureka.
Yes.
So this is server, that's why I need it. This is a client, that's why I need it. I'll just copy it, go back to fee, its properties file, and after it, I'll paste this as well. Of course, name gets changed, but everything remains same. Fee service. Okay, this is done. What's next? I have to. Oh, sorry, I missed the biggest thing about. As I said, we are going to use Spring Boot, right? Let me write in
Yes.
steps for client. So we have done some steps for server. I should have used client. Okay. That's for configuring Eureka client. That is student service and fee service. Okay, they are Eureka client. We have to see the steps.
Okay.
So first step, we
Student
all
service and fee
actually we
service.
have
ID.
Right, so that's the first step. Configure configuration dot properties file, and copy this whole steps. Okay, so we have to configure this, and we have it all done that. So here I'll say fine. You can write your corresponding name. Example. Making sense to you? What I've written?
Yes.
Second, we have configured properties file. Next is adding libraries or okay. So we have to do actually add some dependencies regarding Spring Cloud, Spring Cloud Startup, and managing the version. So I'm not going to write copy and paste from web, because there's a high chance that I'll mess up with the uh, versions. Okay, but I'll give you idea how it works. Fine. So I'll write names. What library you're looking for? First would be Spring Cloud, Spring Cloud Starter Netflix. That's the first library you have to add. Then second would be Spring Cloud. I'll copy paste it from previous project. You can use it as it is. Okay, don't worry about it. Bootstrap. Yeah, that's it. We just need two libraries and one special thing which I haven't gone through. That is, we are going to add one more tag. That is dependency management. And dependency management. Okay, here what we do. Here we will define Spring Cloud version. Okay, Ritu?
Yes.
So we'll open one previous project. Actually, I was working on when I was teaching some other guys, so I created that project for them. Okay, catalog service, no window. So right now I mentioned on two libraries, Netflix and Bootstrap. Fine, starter Netflix Eureka Client. That's the name I've given here, taken from here. So I'll just copy these two libraries. Can you see I have mentioned version here, 3.0.1. So
Yes.
I'm copying this from here, going back to our student service, form file, Why we know this need test? I'll remove it later. So these two libraries I did,
Yes.
and then going down, this is a tag we needed, dependency management, and you can see, I'll show you what it has. Let me just paste it. It goes outside of dependencies. Dependency management is done, and this thing I have to copy from top. Yeah, can you see this line which I've commented earlier? I was using this version of Spring Cloud, Greenwich. Okay, that's a version name, Greenwich.
Okay.
But what happened, because, and you can see this is quite old project, it's 2.2.4, and if you check our version, it's 2.6. See, it's quite latest. So in this version, or in Spring 2.x,
Yes.
we should use Hoxton version of Spring Cloud. If you're
Okay.
using 1 point of Spring Boot, then you should use Spring Greenwich. Okay, so it's there were lots of things get messed up when I was working on this, but here now it's fine. Oh, I don't need to copy everything, just this line. Copy it, paste it, and yeah, it's done. And once you copy paste all these things, two dependencies, one management file which is reading Spring Cloud version, which is coming from properties file here. And once you copy everything, you have to click this button. See, M with this icon.
Yes.
So when you click on this, IntelliJ will start downloading those libraries which you have just recently added.
Okay. Okay. Earlier in Springwood, we used to update the things.
Yeah,
Here, M comes up.
yeah. If you and see, this is not the only way. You can simply open terminal and write those maven clean and install command. That will also work. Okay, both are fine. So I'm just trying, maybe just suspicious about that line where I've given the version of Bootstrap. If it won't work, so I'll change the version of Spring Boot from 2.6 to 2.2, the one I've used earlier. Let's try, and says, yeah, yeah, as I said, starter boot. Uh, 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 uh. Comment this line, save it, and do the change again. Let's go terminal, through surface, maven. The configuration is not that easy. Coding is really easy. Just copy paste and basically try to understand the requirement and implement it. When it comes to configuration contains both overriding some previous configuration or adding even a library.
Initially, when I started to learn Springwood, most of my time and energy goes in configuration. I don't even start a Springwood or a Spring.
This is quite common, and it's saying Spring Cloud Starter Bootstrap is missing. Okay, let's save it now. Saved. Clean again. And I also figured out one bug in this IntelliJ. Sometimes even if you download or install new library,
Hmm.
but still your project won't get up. So you have to close this IntelliJ and restart it again.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll also try this once this install command works out, and why it's taking time.
Here in Springwood, we have a option of restarting it. Here in IntelliJ, we don't have.
Yeah, we have. Click on file. This is same thing is happening. It's not allowing us to connect with the repository. What's in timeout? Yeah, I was saying something. Yeah. So file, invalidate caches, and see this option. Restart.
Okay.
There's an option. Okay. So in the meantime, let me copy those libraries which I've just added here. That will work. Okay. If it won't work, so I'll pick the previous versions from previous project. And these two libraries, no, these two libraries. And the management itself. Properties, then it goes in dependency tags, dependencies. Let's start it. And it goes like this. Okay. So that's a Spring Cloud version we are using. That's the library, Eureka Client, and this is Spring Boot Starter Bootstrap. We need these libraries. This one is managing the Spring Cloud version. We need it. Could not resolve dependency of project. This. What's in timeout thing? Last try, otherwise I'll downgrade the version of 2.6. Otherwise I'll spend a lot of time again to check the exact version of Bootstrap. What is giving a Bootstrap fancy? Wow. What's just going on? Configuration, Bootstrap. Let's install. It's not helping. JUnit and all messing up. Let's move this library. Clean again. Install. Compiler fail. Why compiler fail? Let's come on this build. Test file with test package. Do we have test package with us? Okay, we have. It's a service. Okay. Last try. If it won't work, so we'll go back. Previous version of Spring Boot 2.2. Access util. Usually what we do when we are facing this kind of issue, we tend to remove that .m2 folder. Remember that .m2 folder for Maven?
Yeah, there is one folder named M2.
Yeah, so Maven creates that folder and put all the libraries there. So if
Yeah,
something goes right like this, so we remove that folder and install again everything. But problem is in my machine I have lots of other projects as well. If I do that,
yeah.
they will start giving error. So because of that, we will do what? I'll go back to previous project, copy this line 2.2.4, changing the version of child service here. This is changed, and the rest of things remain same. I just changed the parent version. Okay, so now I'm using Spring Boot 2.2.4. Let's run this code one more time. It might take some time, or it will be quick, like it happened. See, that is gone from there now. Yeah, all good. Can you see just one line? It is also the issue, and you can spend lots of hours on it. That's fine. We just um, we are now using 2.2 version instead of 2.x 2.6. And what about the configuration? This is the configuration, and hold on. Okay, I'll mark here as well that what version we are using. So from POM file, we have this parent. So from parent, you can deduce that, okay, that's my version, Spring Boot version. Spring Boot version. Okay, too, fine.
Yes.
So we are using 2.2 now instead of 2.6. So I'll do the same. See, you have to repeat this process for all clients. This is second step basically. Second step, adding libraries and all. So we did this. So we have actually completed child service as well. And what? I'll copy everything from here like we did for student service. Copied this, going back to fee service. I hope you're not confused.
Oh
We
no.
are just adding libraries. Yeah.
Yes.
So paste it, going back to child, copy this version, to this. Because whenever we use latest version of Spring, we're not sure that even that will support our existing libraries or not. That's a rapid development they're doing. So every time they're doing something different. We need these two libraries from here, copy it, going back to fees, and no need of tester removed. And also remove this whole package. Right click and delete, delete. No need of test here. Paste it to libraries and going back, take this dependency from here and paste it right after dependencies, and no need of this build. Okay, file saved, not saved, actually build it by clicking on this M icon. Okay, so error is gone, all good at least. So my server is already up and running. You can see it's still looking for that. Is there anything running or not? That's a server configuration. Okay, let it run. Okay, let's see and try to run our other services. So I have started student service now. Let's see how it goes. Okay, that's nice. So you can see discovery client, something is up, right? And let's do this as well. Fee service also up. So client services are also up. Put this on paint. Okay, let's test it first, then we'll put everything on paint. Load up. What happened? Take your time. Or do something else then. Can you see the message now?
Running the
Oh, this one.
registered instance. Yes. Yeah, earlier
Now,
it was some unknown.
right now it says register instance of this. It was earlier unknown. I'm going back.
Yeah. Registering application unknown.
Now we have. Now actually server detects the server. The other server is running. Server is up. So all good. Let's wait. What happened to this postman now? Okay, fine. So we were looking for get fee data. Let's run this, individually first. So get request sent, and we have a student record. I mean fee record. If I have to, this is for student only. Right? Student record. Now this is get student record with fee. Okay. Request sent and tracking. See, no difference. The only code we changed in whole process is inside that controller. This line. Oh, sorry, I haven't changed it yet. Sorry, change it. So uh, comment out that line, and it's going to be
Student
e-service
service. 703. Yeah.
without port. This should be same like you have used in fee service project while configuring this thing. Fee service as it is written here. Stop the server, clear everything, and run this again. If everything was fine, this should call fee service. Get started. Let's send the request, and we got error. Unknown host exception fee service. Okay, that's even true. It says fee service. It's not clear to it why it happened. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's stop the service again. Okay, because I changed something, and it was not registered as it is for the server. Okay, so I'm stopping all servers and close that last project. So the service stopped. This is also stopped. Also stopped. Okay. So always start your discovery server first. So that's my discovery server starting up. Server is up without any instance, unknown everything. Fee service. Okay, field service also up. Now student service. 701, 702, field service, true. 701, student service, true. Okay, this is also up. Let's start with student record first. Yeah, we are getting record. Okay, let's hit the request again. And why we get the same message? It is registered here. Okay. Remember. You know what? We have to do one more thing in controller. No, not it. Service file. Remember we did this. We use this REST template. With this, we have to also
Yes.
use load balanced. Okay, this condition was missing. I'll explain all these things. Okay, let's run this. Then I'll explain why we need it. And so I have to stop the server as well, and plus the server discovery server. Discovery server started again. Because I can see it's registering, but why it's not loading it? So that's the annotation we needed. Let's see how it goes now. Started, then student service, office service first. Started, then student started. We might need one more pin here. I'm just thinking that might be needed, but okay, let's see that first. So cross check again. Fee service is up. Yeah, it's up. Student record up and coming up. Okay, that's a service. Okay, see, working. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a key annotation, and this it just strikes my mind. Okay, I'm missing one annotation. This helps us
Load
to,
balance.
yeah. So this is what we did. Wherever you're using REST template in microservice, you have to use this annotation. Okay, this helps server to detect where your client is. Earlier it was saying unknown host. Actually, I can get that exception back, so we can see where it arises. So stop the server, command annotation, restart it again. Okay, started requesting, and we get this message come up. Okay.
Oh.
That's a common scenarios. I saw this message earlier. Even two of my students getting the same issue, that they have written everything. It was registering, but you can see that's a one annotation. When they missed it, it was not working. So that's the power of teaching, huh? If you teach something, so you can always recall it balanced. So use this annotation at top of your REST template. It will work. So today we just executed application with
Yeah.
configuration. Okay. what we did, I'll explain again tomorrow. Okay, don't worry about that, because there are still
Yeah.
lots of things which you are just wondering what, just why, huh? So we'll
Yeah.
discuss
And I
tomorrow.
will go. Yeah, I will go through the recording and be clear about
Right,
today's class more.
right. It's all about configuration here, huh?
Yeah.
So okay, so this is okay. That's good. And once you have understanding, so we will get one more service. Okay, we will repeat the same process. Fine.
Yes, yes. It will go there.
Yeah, so that will give you idea. Okay, so yeah, that's how, if you have already services running and you want to create your own service or one more service, so what sort of things, so we are going to repeat the same process again and again.
Mm.
Okay, so any question you want to ask now for tomorrow?
No, tomorrow only.
Tomorrow, okay. Just select this and okay, then just practice and meet you tomorrow. I'll maybe at same
Yeah.
time. I'll try my best to make it at same time.
Okay.